Did you know that over 80% of Etsy digital designs never sell? So if you have ever felt like you are just throwing PNGs into the void, you're not wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you a brand new tool to find trending designs with actual sales data, and then how you can make and scale those designs with AI in just minutes. So most Etsy digital design shops fail because they are just making things that they think are cute or that they are personally aligned with or drawn to, and not what customers are actually buying and searching for. It is a volume game, but without the right products, even 1,000 listings are not going to make a difference. Which then leads to the majority of designs getting no traction because sellers don't know what's trending or how to create them. So what is this new tool? It is called Profit Tree, and while you may have heard of it, you probably think it is just for looking at your ads and optimizing them. However, it is going to be capable of so much more. What I'm going to be showing you today is called the Product Finder, and it is being launched at the end of June, so really quickly here. It's pulling from real sales data and also showing you which of the listings are actually running ads, which is crucial when understanding what you're competing with. And probably the biggest sell of this is that it is a lifetime deal currently for only $67 versus a monthly subscription fee like most keyword research tools. Let me show you how it works. So when you are looking for products that are actually trending currently on Etsy, you need to have an understanding of what type of product you want to type in. So for me, since I generally sell sublimation designs like tumbler wraps or PNGs, I'm actually going to type in a rather broad term just to see what it pulls up. Now, what I'm using here is the Product Finder. Again, this is not going to be available in your account until the end of June if you are using Profit Tree. But what you'll want to do is click on Product Finder here and then type in the product type of what you are looking to sell. So I've typed in trendy PNG design sublimation, which is gathering a wide variety of the base keywords that I typically sell. But if you'll notice, I did not type in any particular niche keyword like nurse or teacher or anything else because I'm just trying to get a very wide variety so then I can narrow it down even further. So from the top, you can see some additional top related keywords. So you can go into these individually to get a lot of different information and data under all of these varieties of keywords. So what I'm seeing here is the total revenue in this column here. The demand is right here, which I think that this is super neat because it's very easy to quickly see how many have sold in the past 24 hours, how many they are in the cart. So in 20 plus carts, in 20, in 1, 4 sold in the last 24 hours. Then you have the total revenue. Then you have the monthly revenue. Then you have the monthly sales here. And then you have the price that they're currently selling it for. What is the most important thing for me when I am a newer shop looking to sell these types of designs is I'm looking at the listing age, which is this column right here. And then I'm also looking at the monthly revenue. So I want to pick things or monthly sales if they're pricing it really low to try and rank up faster. So I'm looking at these two numbers here to make my decision when I move forward as to what types of designs I want to add. One of the next best things is this column here, which is running ads. And as you can see, all of these are green checked, meaning they are running ads. So that is something to take into consideration when you are looking to compete with these shops. Just know that most of the time they are running ads a major part of the time. If you keep up with the channel at all, you know that my last video was about Halloween designs already spiking in June. And this is another clear indication, as I had pointed out this particular design, which is a spooky season brushstroke type of a trend, but it's only a month old and it's already sold 155 times. And since I'm familiar with this trend, this is the one that I'm going to go ahead and replicate today. You can see the demand 5 sold in the past 24 hours. So I'm sure with a month old that this is just only going to go up until about September. So if you are looking for basically an all-in-one Etsy research tool that does everything for you without a monthly subscription fee, then I really highly recommend you check out Profit Tree down in the link in the description. Again, for now, it is a lifetime access of $67. So I know for a fact that you would be able to get rid of a lot of those monthly subscriptions and save with this one-time lifetime access fee. Right now, the only two columns that would not be shown with this one-time fee is the conversion rate column, which is right here, and the visibility score. So do keep that in mind. But there is no cap on the amount of searches that you can do. So basically unlimited research. You could put in as many different types of products that you are interested in selling so that you can get all of your research done in one place really quickly and really easily. So here is our spooky season brush stroke design. So again, like I've mentioned, over the past 3 months, I've shown a wide variety of the different ways that this brush stroke type of design style can be done in, both for different types of holidays and then different types of occupations and niches. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to Halloween, but since that is upcoming and it's really trending right now, this is a really good example. Okay, so now I'm just over in ChatGPT, and this is where we're going to scale our prompt since we have our trending design idea, which is the brushstroke spooky season idea, but we want to make it different and as unique as possible. So the prompt that I have created, which is right here, is the same one that I used in that Halloween video. However, what I've done is create a different prompt that's going to create 10 different scalable designs. I will have a link to this prompt flow down in the description below. It is located in my free community, but basically it just says, take this trending Etsy digital product and the prompt to create it and scale it across 10 other Halloween niches. Be sure to include the AI prompt in a similar brushstroke style to create and the reflected changed title and tags in the same SEO formatted way. This is really important because I don't want to spend any time trying to fill in the blanks with my SEO or my title or reformat the prompt just by like changing out little parts by copying and pasting and just adding it in. AI can do all of this for you. Then I've added that same prompt, which is right here. Then I formatted it how I do in my design club, which is my SEO goes here with a title and the tags for it. And the results that it gave me were super, super unique. And then I even love more how they actually turned out. So this first one was a country western Halloween. And I'm not gonna read through each of these individual prompts. They'll just get super long. However, the only thing I would have changed with this is the text. It came out with spooky y'all. I probably would have just edited this now that I'm thinking about it in hindsight to say spooky fall y'all, because that would have been really cute with the Western theme that it did. So that is this one right here. So if you can see this one, I have them all on one, but I probably should have put it on. There we go. Let's just zoom that in. And I know that it has an extra O. However, I think it makes it look cuter and unique, and I would sell it as is. But as you can see, the skeletons are super cute if skeletons can be cute. I love the cactus with the little barbed wire going around. It has a barn, it has a jack-o'-lantern, so everything that I would want, and then it has it with the little brush strokey type of effect. The second one was a cute pastel kawaii Halloween. So this one turned out cute, not quite my favorite of the bunch, but it still turned out good nonetheless. It is this Boo Crew one right here. So that one is, I mean, I would probably not use it as is. I don't like the little banner that Kittle sometimes puts words on, so that would be my only complaint with that one. But overall, it still did a good job with like the brush strokes and the different elements. I definitely asked for kawaii and like cutesy. So it did a good job with putting those types of elements in the design. So this next one that it gave me is witchy cottagecore, which was interesting because I probably wouldn't have come up with this one per se, and definitely not with this little quote because it's pretty unique. So magic is brewing. It has the potions, the black cat, but as you can see, it did the florals and the elements in more of a cottagecore boho style. So overall, I think that this one is really unique. And again, some of these I just would have never come up with just thinking on my own. So AI is doing a lot of the hard work with the creativity with just one base prompt from us. So this next one is a spooky teacher or class classroom Halloween one, which is really smart to do because the t-shirts for teachers and spooky and Halloween get really popular on Etsy. So I'm glad that it threw this one in there because I often forget about it. So that is this one here, and it is Boo Crew, which Boo Crew was in one of the other ones, but it has the word teach here and then a lot of scholastic type elements. So I think that this one is a good version. I typically like it better when it does it in the fore, but this one works because the words aren't on the bottom and it just is a larger design in whole. So this next one, again, never would have thought of doing a skater punk Halloween, but I think that this is really important to show that it's pulling in a lot of ideas that we necessarily wouldn't think of if we were just going off of the bestsellers that are already trending on Etsy. So sometimes it's really important just to bring something brand new and unique to the table while sticking with something that is proven, like the design style and like the niche of Halloween. And so this skater punk Halloween one definitely is different. Trick or shred. Shred is, I'm assuming, with the skateboards, and then the skeleton looks kind of like a skater guy. And so it is definitely not my style, but again, it's not always what is our style. So I think that this one is a good example of that, and who's to say it won't work. So the list wouldn't be complete without the preppy coquette Halloween going on. So that is what it brought up next, which is Boo Babe, which is pretty cute. I like that this one did the 4 collages, which is, or the 6, sorry. Can't count today, but this is cute. It is a little bit more kawaii than I would like it. Like if it was more watercolory and florally coquette, which the prompt could definitely be modified to get in that direction a little bit more, but it's still something different than what I'm seeing out there, so I think it works. So this next one is really cute, the Dark Academia Halloween, and it had a quote in there that I probably would switch out not to be Gothic Autumn. I just don't see someone wearing a shirt with this saying Gothic Autumn on there, so I'd probably do more of an academia or book lover type of a quote and replace that on there, because I do like the overall placement, all of these. I like the little candlestick in the middle. So I would definitely keep this and then just erase this and do my own text with AI telling me some bookish quotes that could be Gothic or autumn themed, or autumn themed. So that is the only change that I would make with this one, because I do think it is a really neat layout. So again, this next one is a really good idea, the zombie apocalypse theme. And I really liked the quote, brains and broomsticks, that it gave. And I actually generated it twice because this is the one that came out first, but I really liked it. However, broomsticks was misspelled. So I would go ahead and take this into Photoshop or even into Canva and fix this. Just because I liked the overall design. I liked how it did all of this. And it was a little bit more unique than this one because I like the text in the center. So that is the only thing with this one, is that it didn't come out perfect, but definitely could be fixed. So then on the second try, it did come out right away. It's definitely something completely different. And that is why AI is so fun, because it's going to come out with a different generation every time that you click the button again with the exact same prompt. So overall, I think both of these were super unique. And again, nothing I would ever think of. So next we have the vintage horror movie Halloween. And I'm pretty sure that this is okay as far as copyright goes, just because these books are like, if you're quoting, I believe they were in like the 1700s for like the original Dracula. However, depending on these likenesses of the Frankenstein, I would double check. I'm not sure which likeness would be technically copyrighted. So do your due diligence on that. Also, I would edit this to be like classic horror girl or horror girl or something, not just classic horror, just because it doesn't make much sense for a t-shirt. So that would be the only thing with that, but I get what it's doing with like the classic movie type of a thing. So, but again, check the likenesses on these as to which ones might be copyright or not before you posted anything like that. And then finally, we have the cute animal Halloween. So super cute. This is called Little Spooks, and I think that this would make a really cute idea for something for a child, either a t-shirt or maybe a bag for their candy when they're trick-or-treating. But the animals are really cute. You could definitely switch out the different animals for different characters, or different Halloween animals as well, but it's mostly supposed to be kid-friendly, which is why it's very cutesy in general. If you take a look at all of the prompts, it generated my title right underneath of it and my tags. That way I can just copy it and put it into whatever my bulk uploader tool is, or if I'm bulk uploading on Etsy even. That way I'm not going back and forth trying to copy and paste and erase different parts. It makes it really, really simple because it's formatted in the exact same way of the best-selling trending one that we found earlier. So that is one of the fastest ways to quickly scale a trending product that is already proven on Etsy with sales and data using Profit Tree, and then taking your idea and scaling it in ChatGPT and with Kittl. All in all, that took me about 5 minutes to copy and paste each of those in. And since it's in Kittl, I can just upscale them and then download them all from there. There is no need to go into any other editing tool, of course, unless I want to fix some type of text if I like the design enough. So again, the link for the Profit Tree lifetime access will be down in the description below, and hopefully you find it useful. You can also really get into things as far as optimizing your ads so that you can start to scale the designs that are already performing well for you organically. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.